Bir sıkıntı var ya. Yine girince ses gidiyor anasını satayım.
by it scientifically. And measure and back out. The field is so dead. We've built a sound room for listening. We call it the Logitech Signature Studio. Only 2 speakers, but there's some interesting physics behind it, like shadowing, to see if whether your pinna had a shadowing effect, and therefore the sound came from behind you or in front of you. And the brain pieces all of those things together to tell you direction. So with only 2 drivers, we can actually provide all the information needed for the brain to decode that, and having more drivers honestly wouldn't even help.
We reduce distortion.
The size of the Pro G driver. The bigger the driver, the more distortion tends to happen, but it also provides you with more power. To overcome those design challenges, we made the whole range. The greatest improvement being in the high and the low ends.
Having a great facility and all the right equipment is only a part of the equation. The people who are here making these products that would keep
Hello. I also highlighted in the unboxing review videos that this headset that allows interest. You will notice that the ear cups on the 3.5, as I said, both have this leather option in terms of the ear cup design. But if you're looking for something that's really deep and large than the G9 noise cancelling headsets, but when plugged in, both have a max frequency response 3.5 and fairly kind of good buttons on one of the As I said, you've got micro USB G hub, so see that microphone. The cups is king. The ear cups on the G Pro X also pop off, and you get in the box the option of both to them. And in terms of 40 games, here the requires either a USB connection using the DAC, a nice good quality microphone in there, and then added to it the blue voice thing. And if you watch the $100, it's still a lot of money, but you do get a design aesthetic headset. And the G935 is large and proud and has the RGB lighting, but you can just see how much it covers. It is a bit more all-encompassing, much deeper, larger ear cups. So there you go. I hope you found this video useful. Let me know in the features and facets of these headsets and what makes sense. And it also has faux leather ear cups and a very premium look and feel. There's no RGB lighting on it.
We all shop online, right? And when we do, we always see that little promo code field prompting us at checkout. Well, thanks to Honey, manually searching for coupon codes is now.
So it has been 3 years since, which is steep, but it is the same. I would say is a downgrade in comfort for me personally versus the 933, and it's also the new headset is 5 grams heavier. Not significant. So functionally, they make no sense. I was kind of hoping they would reposition the LEDs to the front so that at least the audience could enjoy some RGB goodness, but also having the illumination on tanks your battery life. So I lost 30% in 3 hours. So you're looking at maximum 10 hours of usage with the LEDs on versus losing 20% of battery life in 3 hours with the RGB illumination off. So not that significant. However, you still should turn off all the RGB stuff to prolong your battery life. So you're looking at, I don't know, maybe like 12 hours maximum usage with this headset with the LEDs off, which is kind of disappointing. Again, 3 years in development, and their battery life with their mice is so good that I was kind of hoping that we would see something like that on the 935 too. We do have a bunch of controls on the left ear cup, a volume wheel, which I don't like. It's way too sensitive, so like a single swipe of the wheel, you know, changes the volume by 30%, so there is no precise adjustment. We have a mic mute switch and 3 G buttons that are programmable, which is awesome, and a power on off switch. You charge this thing via micro USB at the bottom, and there's also the 3.5mm analog connection, which means the headset can also be used in wired mode, and just make sure to turn off the headset when using that 3.5mm connection. But interestingly, they have removed the 3.5mm connection on the actual USB receiver, like we saw on the 933. Now the USB receiver with the 935 is just the receiver. You cannot plug anything in. This is the best wireless gaming headset I have ever heard. In comparison to my HyperX Cloud Flight, the 935 completely destroys it. It sounds kind of, you know, I've been really a huge fan of the surround sound that we get on the 933, and that carries forward with the 935. And I've actually started to enable surround sound with the 935 because it doesn't necessarily distort too much of your directional awareness. It enlarges the audio space, but you still get, like, you know, if it's a footstep, it sounds like just like a footstep it would in stereo mode, but slightly wider sound stage basically. So your positional awareness is still intact, and that.
but still it sounds quite a bit compressed and not as natural as you would, hear from a regular wired headset. But definitely an improvement over 933. So this is what a 3-year-old G933 sounds like. It's definitely more here from a regular wired. The difference between them is 3 years, so I was hoping for even better improvement on the 935. So this is what the HyperX Cloud Flight sounds like. It's definitely better than the 933, but it's not as loud or clear as the 935. And so finally, here's the Corsair HS70. So this one's kind of in the middle pack. It's better than the 933, but it's not as good as the HyperX Cloud Flight, and definitely not as good as 35. So this is what the HyperX Cloud Flight sounds. But I mean, the difference between them is 3 years, so I was hoping for even better improvement on the 935. So this is what the HyperX Cloud Flight sounds like. It's definitely better than the 933, but it's not as loud or clear as the 935. And so finally, here's the Corsair HS70. So this one's kind of in the middle pack. It's better than the 933, but it's not as good as the HyperX Cloud Flight, and definitely not as good as the 935.
I really like what they've done with the software. G-Hub is intuitive to use. We have nice big percentage indicator for the battery life underneath the product, which is excellent. You can customize color and light sync to other, Logitech peripherals. You can reassign what those G buttons do, which is awesome. I just leave mine at default to enable surround sound and toggle between the different sound modes. And of course, the equalizer controls are awesome if you want extra treble, extra bass, or something in the mid-range. I really like the defaults profile and cinematic for a little extra like high-end boost, because the bass here is tight enough and I don't feel like I need extra. And so in something, with the physical characteristics and perhaps